Hi, it's Ryan from Nights Around a Table. Here's what you missed on TikTok last week. Three of these things belong together. Three of these things are kind of the same. But one of these things just doesn't belong here. Now it's time to play our game. It's time to play our game. Okay, so by now you've probably heard of these neural filters in Photoshop, and I thought I would apply them to a board game cover. So here we go, up to filter, neural filters. Going to go to Smart Portrait, and we'll crank up the happiness to max. Okay, let's make him surprised. And angry. Angrily surprised. What? Angrily surprised but happy about it. Here's today's password. Find the first letter of each board game and leave a comment with the second half of the password. This is A Feast for Odin, a worker placement puzzle game about Vikings for 1 to 4 players. Here's the deal. You and your friends play Viking chieftains. You start with 5 chieftains at your thing, with 7 more waiting in the wings up at this banquet table. You'll use those chieftains to claim worker placement slots on the common board, to gain resources, ships, and money, convert goods into more valuable goods, breed animals, build new structures, claim new territories, and play powerful occupation cards. You know, Viking stuff. Towards the end of the round, you'll have to fill up your banquet table with food to throw a feast in Odin's honor. If you can't feed your Vikings, you lose points. If you can't cover up all the -1 point spaces on your home board, houses, and conquered lands, you lose points. But you gain points for the animals, silver, ships, and occupation cards you play, and for sending your people off to distant lands. At the end of the 7th round, whoever has the most points wins. Can you guess this board game by its box? Pause the video when you figured it out, and then leave a comment with your score. Are you ready? Here we go! New box! New box! This is one of 2 things, and I'm really hoping it's the one that I'm thinking of. The box says made in China, shipped by boat. That's a good sign. It's packed in styrofoam, which means it probably isn't a board game, which means it's probably the other thing. Bum, 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 ba-dum. Bum, 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 bum. This, my friends, is the Anycubic Cure and Wash machine, which makes curing with UV light and washing in isopropyl alcohol your 3D printed models more easy. And that's great. I'm happy it's here. But my question is, why hasn't the printer arrived? Check my profile for part 2. Box 2. If you saw part 1, you already know what's in this. You're dead, but hurry you. Here it is, a day later, and they shipped the Anycubic Photon S resin 3D printer. That's so exciting! But wait, there's a part 3. Last box, last box. It's actually more of a bag. But it's got boxes in it. I'll just open one of these. It's a bottle of resin for the resin 3D printer. The reason I got a resin 3D printer as opposed to a plastic PLA extrusion printer is because I didn't like the stair-steppy look of the plastic extrusion printers. Resin printers can print really smooth objects and they can go really, really small. So you might be wondering, what does all this have to do with board games? Well, give me a follow and I'll show you. Hey, it's Ryan on Christmas Day in my Jam Jams. Stitch this video and tell me what board games you got for Christmas. I'll go first. I got Le Havre, which is French for the Havre, and On Mars. Well, that's what I came up with, and I'll be back at it again this week. If you want to catch it while it happens, give me a follow, Knights Around the Table on TikTok.